What could be the cost of dating if you are a Westerner and you go to Ukraine? And all will depend if you are doing a tour, if you are meeting a woman by a specific mortgage agency, maybe you are meeting a girl by your own you have previously met online, or you are coming and wanted to meet several women by your own, or maybe you want to mix mortgage agency and free or pay monthly site. That is what we are going to explore together right now. Most of the time, the mortgage seekers are likely to meet one woman. And the cost should be the cheapest one. That means that you will have to rent an hotel or a flat. For me, it's around 50 bucks. Okay? Maybe it could be a little more, maybe it could be a little less, but it is around this price per night. Now, with the lady, you are probably gonna to the restaurant, to the spectacle, and to go around, like paying some tickets for metro, or maybe a taxi. But all of this normally is very, very cheap. My rule is about 60 bucks per day. I don't speak about the rental. And I schedule generally 100, more than 100 bucks to be comfortable. So for example, I like to go to the opera, and I like to take some nice seats, not the cheapest one. The restaurant, I take some average restaurant, and yes, I tell you, just between 60 and 100, 110. Now, of course, all depend on the lady that you are meeting. It can say a lot about this woman. In this case, of course, we don't speak about the cost involved to find her. To work with an agency, the agency would like to give you a complete fee. And in this fee, you will have probably, they would like to rent you the flat, meet the girls of the agency, provide the interpreter, and also probably picking you up at the airport and bringing you to the airport. It could be interesting to do such a thing because, for example, you can have a package, a fee to meet 7 girls or 10 girls, and it will be a flat fee. So maybe it's not so bad. Of course, all depend on the quality of the agency and how you trust her. I have 2 advice to give you. The first one is, if you have given some money in advance to book the mortgage agency, be careful, because it is likely that they will like you to pay them the rest and maybe the whole sum in cash. It happened to me that I transferred big money, 500 euro or more, and the lady canceled the transfer when I arrived, and she wanted me to pay in cash. So if you are short in cash, if you have a problem with your credit card, you are screwed up. This is one of the first problems you can have with such agency. The second one is, if you have a good feeling, but finally you realize that it's not gonna to work. So you need to not put all your eggs in the same bracket. So you probably need to prepare some free or monthly paid site, and to sort it out, some profile from these cities where you go, to switch on those profiles and to meet them by yourself. Second advice. And you have to also, in this case, to have prepared 2 or 3 interpreter contact of this city, not from the agency, okay? You don't put all your egg in the same bracket. So if something is going wrong, you don't lose time and you switch on option B. That's my advice. What are the costs? The costs are probably a few $100s per week, maybe more, $1,500. It could be per meeting around 50 euro. Interpreter shouldn't be more than $15 or $20. Everything above is a sign of a probable scam. You will have to pay the meal of your date and interpreter. It's quite normal. So you can reach easily if you meeting 2 or 3 girls per day. If you pay an individual fee, you can easily reach $300 per day without rental. So let me give you the detail. For example, you meet 2 women in a day with a huge agency, and so you have to pay, let's say, 3 hours of interpretation, which means basically $50-60. You will have probably around $80 or $100 of drinks, meals, and you will have likely $100 of meeting fee, or maybe more. So we are above, as you can understand, we are above $200. And this is in the case that you have met, I would say, a correct and honest mortgage agency. No scamming involved here. Tours are an event organized by companies, but they are likely linked to local mortgage agencies. So it runs for 10 days, generally speaking, or 17 days, and you can visit 1, 2, or 3 cities. And the price starts almost from $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, or almost $7,000. So it's quite expensive. What is included in the tour? Transportation from the airport, from the city to another city, from an hotel to another hotel, of course. Breakfast, you will have some free event when girls are coming to this event, so translation during these parties are for free. You have some services around, like a conciergerie. So some ladies are contacting the girls to get their appointment and so on. You have some support because, generally speaking, you don't speak any Russian. But as you can guess, all of this is very expensive, because I'm pretty sure that each time you meet a girl, you have to pay a fee for the agency to which the girl belongs. And you also have to pay for private meeting interpretation. So my advice is to, before doing anything, is to have some information about the price of the fee each time you are meeting a girl, and second, to have the price of 1 hour of translation. If anything about this is very expensive, I would say run. Run. That's it. The second thing that's had a lot of cost is you are likely to, before, to try to contact the girl that you would like to meet. And now you need to add the cost of those communication prior to the meeting. But now you start to have a whole picture, and the total cost, in the case that everything is normal, so go to the conclusion to know what is not normal, I will tell you at the end, is probably at least a total cost of almost $10,000, $8,000 Yeah, let's say you go for 10 days, you are likely to reach 8,000 bucks easily for the total cost, including all. So that's it's a very expensive formula. You can have a matchmaker, and the purpose of a matchmaker is to make a woman matching with a man. So basically, they would like to spend time with you, to know you, and normally they know the woman and they make like a psychological search to match you together. That's the theory. Um, you can have some matchmaker that can have different departments. Some would be like services like to deliver some gift, like in agency, more about psychological stuff. So they often have some degree diploma about psychology, or they have make some courses. It's very popular now about matchmaking, coaching, and so on. And they can deliver some services about the law. They can deliver some services about your wedding, about documents, and so on. And of course, they would like to provide you and to sell you some service about transportation, flat, and translation. Now the price and the formula are very different. Some could do like agency, you pay a fee to meet the woman, you pay for the interpretation. If you have some transportation, you pay for the transportation. The matchmaker could be a go-between to rent you a flat or a hotel, and she will get a fee, of course. Or you can have one pack formula. You can have the basics, you can have the, I would say the middle, you can have the looks, the elite one, and you will pay different type of price. It could be few hundreds bucks. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4,000 bucks. And you can have very elite services, and you can pay $4 or maybe $10,000 in very elite matchmaker. So what is making the difference with the agency is that they are developing personalized services in many different departments. It starts to be popular, and they start to have some, let's say, specific training. But of course, in the coaching department, it's quite difficult to have some standard nowadays. We can only say that psychology can help you, but really you can have some people who have never studied at the university psychology and can be very, I would say, they have some talent, and they can be a very real and good matchmaker. And we do not know that some people who have followed a lot of years in psychology can be nuts in matchmaking also. So it's like a bet, but it's probably, if it's a very personalized service, it's likely that there will be not or less scam, I would say. That's just my opinion. I used one in the past, and I was happy with the services, and I would say no problem for this. I wanted to make this conclusion to help you a little. So mortgage agency probably could be okay if you trust them. Unfortunately, many of them are between unprofessional or totally dishonest. That is a problem, but it's better to take a fee with them on a daily or weekly basis, including all, and so you can meet, let's say, several or a lot of women, 7, 10, or 15. I don't know. Maybe it can be maximum 2 per day, which is quite already nice, or a numeral. That's it. So Except this, you have to pay the interpreter. It should be around 15 or 20 bucks. It's a red flag if you pay more, especially stupid amount like some like 50 bucks per hour. It's very bad. Just probably means that the woman you are dating is getting back some money from this, so she's not genuine. And this whole system is just showing you that this is a global scam, because it's likely that every woman that you meet has a financial interest. So at this moment, you should leave. And so I told you before, option B. Okay, all time have option. In the tour, this is where you are likely to be handcuffed the most. And you need to know that except few companies, the mass production of tours are a rip-off, a scam. This is a total rip-off. So those tours, the price it's like rockets. You have 2 floors on the rocket. The first one you see and you pay in advance. And after you have the second floor is about the scamming project to rip you off, and this belongs to the girl and to her interpreter. And now I cannot tell you anything about the cost, because the purpose of scamming you and ripping you off is to extract the maximum money. So I cannot tell you how much they can extract from you. Maybe it's $100 or $200 just for a taxi to make a little visit, or maybe to go to a shop, or you have a big bill at the restaurant. This is universal, and this is especially happening in Odessa, especially. So of course, everything that is seems to be very expensive, just showing you that's behind. You have a whole organization, and this is just not isolated. This is just an industry, and the industry, the purpose is to extract from you the maximum of money. That's it. I would appreciate if you can help the channel to be known by subscribing